Yeah, man! Welcome to the Frickcast and to the Dr. Squatch Candle Guide. Today we'll break down and discuss each available flavor. The candles are an often overlooked Squatch product, but it's a surprisingly underrated one. It all started out with just the bay rum, but has since expanded to 4. Not only have more scents been added to the lineup, but the entire recipe has changed. If you know anything about candles, you'll know that there are many different types of waxes one may use, but they are certainly not created equal. While one could certainly argue beeswax is the cleanest burning, most natural type of wax out there, it doesn't carry scent very well, and as such is rarely used in scented candles. Now, paraffin wax is the most common wax used, such as with Yankee Candle. Well, these candles are utter shite. Paraffin wax is derived from petroleum and oil, so it is just horrible for everyone involved. If you don't want to have a carcinogenic candle, there are plenty of more natural options. Soy wax is the industry standard for what many would consider more naturally made scented candles, and while it's much higher quality than paraffin, it's not quite the best. A step up from soy is coconut wax, which is what many of the best scented candles out there use. Coconut is one of the cleanest and most sustainable waxes out there. Realistically, it's probably the best option for a scented candle. Although for coconut wax to work well in a candle, it has to be blended with something else, usually soy. It's what many of the more higher end candles use, and now Squatch does as well. If you're a true veteran Squatcher, you may recall that the original candle, which only came in bay rum, was made from soy wax. But of course, the candles have since been entirely revamped, and thankfully Squatch ditched the soy boy and has since upgraded to a coconut wax blend. The candles come in a nice 8-ounce jar, and also with a clean burning, crackling wooden wick to really up your candle game. I find the candles work very well, and you'll get a nice clean burn with powerful scents that fill the room. Squatch claims that you'll get 40 plus hours of burn time, and while I've not timed it or anything, I won't dispute that. All of the candles I've used lasted a very long time, and honestly I've been nothing but impressed with them. These are some of the best candles on the market. They're high quality, clean burning, long lasting, and are about as natural as a scented candle can get. They'll run you $18 on the website, which may sound like a lot, but is actually a fair price for a coconut wax candle. While there are cheaper options out there, there are also many that are more expensive. For what you get with the Squatch candles, I would say they are definitely worth it, especially if you love the classic Squatch scents. Speaking of the Squatch scents, there are currently 4 offerings: Pine Tar, Bay Rum, Alpine Sage, and Fresh Falls. I thought we'd briefly cover each, as well as rank them along the way. The scents all work great in the candle, and quickly fill the room as well as linger for hours. They are all strong and all smell pleasant. Now I like all of the candles quite a bit, but I do think some are better than others, although this is only my opinion. We'll go from worst to best. At 4 is the Alpine Sage. I'm not the biggest fan of the Alpine Sage flavor in general, and while I don't think it's bad, it's my least favorite. It's your typical, somewhat herbal, strong lavender scent. It's mostly floral, but does have some earthiness to it. The room will smell like it was freshly cleaned, with the heavy lavender scent, and can have a mountainside breeze feel to it. It's a solid option. At 3 is the Fresh Falls. This is another really clean smell that has a crisp, waterfall vibe to it. It's a manly scent that, like I've said before, reminds me a lot of more generic body wash or soap scents. It's by no means bad though. The Fresh Falls is a really refreshing scent that works well in any form it's in. It feels first and foremost like a soap or even hair kit scent though, and as such I don't know if it works quite as well in a candle. But again, its cool and unique smell is still great. At 2 is the Pine Tar. I didn't mention this earlier, but one of the few key differences between the candles is that while the other 3 are white, the Pine Tar is its usual black. I think that a black candle is actually nifty. It makes it a lot different than others. Still though, the scent is what carries the candle. It's your traditional heavy pine scent. It too smells very clean but also has a woodsiness to it, like being in the middle of a pine forest. I find the scent works great in any room. At 1 is the Bay Rum. To me, this scent works best in candle form. Different Squatch products work better with certain types of scents, and while I've never been that high on the bay rum flavor, it's perfect in a candle. There's a reason the original candle was only the bay rum. It's a Caribbean spice scent with hints of cinnamon, cloves, and brown sugar. It's a warm, welcoming smell that fills a room very well, especially in the fall. It definitely has a home sweet home vibe to it, with its sweet yet slightly spicy notes. Like I said, you can't go wrong with any of these candles, and I'd say they are all great in their own ways. They are well worth getting if you like Squatch scents or candles, and I'd certainly recommend trying one even if you're not typically a candle person. That's only my opinion though, and I'd love to hear yours in the comments. What do you think of the Squatch candles? Let me know how you would rank the current scents, and let me know which flavor you would like to see be turned into a candle next. As always, thanks for watching. Yeah, man!